Hey, hi, and hello. My name is Connor, and welcome to the channel. On this channel, I talk about board games, and I also make them. And I know I've been saying that in the past few videos, but I'm actually making a board game video. More on that later. But I just wanted to bring you guys a quick update video as to what you can expect to see on the channel in 2024. First of all, happy 2024. 2023 was a really good year for me on this channel, or just, in general, it was a really solid year. The main thing I made last year was the Cosmic Encounter ranking video of the base set from my least favorite to my favorite, and that garnered a lot of really positive responses, and I just wanted to say thank you for all the really positive feedback. It's really inspired me and kept me going to make more stuff. So I'm excited about 2024 because I have a lot of really awesome projects planned. Yeah, let's just get right into it, talking about the projects that I have planned. So first of all, I promised a lot of people another Cosmic Encounter video by the end of last year, but that didn't really end up happening. I feel bad about that. That's like half the reason I'm making this video. At the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about a few aliens that I would change the ranking of in hindsight. There are a few aliens that I missed on, so I wanted to clear a few of those up, but I do feel bad that I didn't make another Cosmic video. I promised the content and did not deliver, which is okay, but I do feel kind of bad about it. One of the things you can expect to see on this channel this year is the Cosmic Incursion ranking video. I have already done my ranking and begun gathering footage. I've ranked them, but I do want a few more games to really solidify those rankings. There's still a few aliens I haven't played, so I wanted to do that before I made the actual ranking. But that is one of the main projects you can expect for me this year, and is a project I'm really excited about. I think I can make it even better than the first one. Going back and watching the first one, there's like a few things I would definitely change, just like structurally about the video, so I'm pretty excited to take another stab at that. Another really big project you can expect to see from me this year is my Root ranking video. 2023 was the year of Root. I played a metric fuck ton of Root. I joined the Root Digital League, and I'm getting my ass kicked at the moment, but it's been a lot of fun, and it has surpassed Small World as my favorite game. I really love Root. I will be doing a faction ranking from my least favorite faction in Root to my favorite. There's only 10 of them, but they're a bit beefier than the Cosmic ones, so like each individual section is probably going to be way longer than the actual Cosmic Encounter ones, if that makes sense. So we have the Cosmic Incursion ranking video, and we have the Root faction ranking video, and the other big project you can expect to see from me this year is the Making a Game video. I have spent most of the past 2 months that I haven't uploaded working on this game. I'm really excited about this. We'll see like how it plays out. We've already play tested it a few times, and I'm like just super excited about sharing this project with everyone. The game is like okay, I guess. I don't know, just like the process of it I think is really cool, and I think the actual video is gonna be super dope. So that's the one I'm probably most excited to make, but also the one that has the most question marks around it right now. And I'm gonna still be doing like smaller videos. I guess they will still have like more editing in them. I always get really carried away. I'm always like, this is gonna be a 10-minute and then it's not. So I have to figure that out, but I'm still planning on continuing the Spiel des Jahres series and my Ticket to Ride videos. I'm gonna try to make them like shorter and a bit more concise and to the point. If you're here for Cosmic, if you're here for Ticket, it's still gonna continue. If you're here for Spiel des Jahres, it's still gonna continue. Everything that I've already been doing, I'm gonna be doing more and again, but better. Overall, those are my plans for 2024. So just to recap really quickly, Cosmic Incursion video, Root ranking video, Making my Game video, and the Spiel des Jahres and Ticket to Ride stuff will hopefully be smaller projects that will be a bit more consistently uploaded. Alright, so now for the tail end of this video, maybe what you all showed up for, maybe not, I don't know. Here are 5/6, 2 of them I put in the same spot because you'll see 5/6 aliens that I would change from my initial ranking video. So let's just hop right into it. So the first aliens, plural, that I would change my ranking of is Macron and Oracle. I'm just sliding these two together because my reasoning for moving them is essentially the same. They're also ranked basically right next to each other, if not ranked right next to each other. And I'm pretty sure I already said this in my ranking video that I would move Macron down. To be honest, I just don't know why I had these two this high. I actually just really don't like Oracle. Like, the more I think about it and the more I watched my video, I was like, I actually just, like, hate this alien. Like, to me, the fun of Cosmic is really, you know, you're trying to figure out what the other person is going to play. And, like, taking that away is just so unfun to me. I don't know. I just don't like it. And Macron is just super boring. So I don't really understand how they made it above everything else in the list. I think my reasoning at the time was probably that I just hated everything else more. But through playing the game this year, a lot of the stuff in Yawn tier isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. And we'll actually get to that later. Macron and Oracle, I would both probably move like right next to Zombie. Like, it'd probably be like Zombie, Oracle, Macron. Those two are pretty boring change, but the other ones are a bit spicier, and the last two are very spicy. Number 2 out of the 5/6 that I would change is Barbarian. I was talking all that shit about hate for not being able to proc your power very often. I have played a game with Barbarian like 3 times this year, and I'm pretty sure I saw him proc his power a total of 0 times. Maybe it happened once. I can't even remember, but it was so unremarkable that, like, I think when I read it at the time, I was like, yo, this is sick. Proccing only on offensive victory is so brutal. It's a power that on paper I really, really like, but in execution, it just almost never happens because the power like doesn't help you win. So it's pretty hard to win as well unless you have a really good card. And I still like the power. I mean, I think it's really cool. It's just that it almost never happens. Like, it's very hard to pull off. I would probably bump him down to like a top 20, top 30 power. Like, the idea of it I still love, but it just doesn't proc. It truly does not proc. The second one I would change my ranking of is Barbarian. I think I ranked him a little too high. I think I literally put him at like 12 or something, which is a bit much. I might have gone a little bit too far. Number 3 of ones that I would change is Loser. I never liked Loser as much as everyone else. I felt like I just wasn't as hot on the power. Putting Loser where I put him was a little disgraceful. I put him like in the middle of the pack, and I definitely think Loser deserves to be in the top half. Loser's such a cool power. Like, it literally just takes the game and flips it on its head. And I think that's really, really interesting. I think I might have just been trying to be a hipster. I always found it kind of frustrating to play against, so maybe that's the reason I didn't put it very high. Overall, the power is so interesting, and it creates like so many like changed variables. Reinforcements are played on the wrong side. Powers kind of shoot themselves in the foot. Like, Mirror becomes kind of useless. Like, kind of, almost. I don't even know. Does it become useless? Like, that's such an interesting concept that I have to think about. It just changes the game so fundamentally. I think it's really solid, and I think it was a little shameful of me to put him where I put him. I think he should have been a little bit higher, definitely in the top half. All right, so the last two are basically the reason I am even making this video. The last two are the two that I think I really shit the bed on and just had really bad takes. This one brings me a lot of shame, because if you told me before I made this video, or this series of videos, that my mind would be swayed on this alien, I would have told you that you were high on bath salts. I truly hated this power, but it was actually a viewer and a commenter who changed my mind. And I've also been arguing with my friend Matt about this power for the better part of a year, on and off. And I have to say that I have been swayed, and I've been swayed on Remora. I actually think Remora has some interesting shit in it. A commenter by the name of Mothra23 commented on my first video, and actually I think one of my other videos too, but anyway, shoutouts to Mothra23, and they commented, "I'm going to defend Remora here. It's not guaranteed to get flooded with cards as long as the table reacts to them. The most common source of Remora's card draw comes from defensive allies winning encounters. So players can react by turning stingy about alliances, which is often a good idea anyway. It is, and this is something I've tried to implement more into my games after reading this comment, is being stingier about who's allying with who. What I've typically seen in my games is that the table at first perceives Remora as weak, allowing them to pick up a few freebies. Then Remora pulls something annoying on someone, a card zap, a strong flare, a kicker, whatever. The table thereafter puts up an embargo on Remora, and they're stuck as a middling power. Compared with Volch, placing an embargo on Remora actually works, and is a lot less painful for each player to maintain. I personally find the transition between he's a weak support character, hello friend, to yuck, will everyone please stop feeding him, highly amusing. Until some other card draw alien, healer, glutton, etc. ends up in the same game, in which case Remora turns into a carousel of horrors. Now originally I replied to this comment disagreeing still, like seeing where they were coming from, but I actually I've been turned. I actually fully agree with Mothra23 here, and I think a big part of it is from playing Root. Like, I think Root has changed, like, my perspective on a lot of these cosmic aliens. Like, when you're playing Root, you have to think, how can I counterplay that faction specifically? Like, what can I do to stop them? And you can use a very similar idea in Cosmic, just by not allowing a lot of people to ally with the defense, Remora becomes significantly weaker, and it actually turns this card draw power into more of one of these pressure powers, where it's constantly putting pressure on the game, but you kind of get to determine how powerful they become. It's actually pretty interesting, and I'm really interested to see more Remora games, because I think it's something that can be contained and should be contained, and it's something that players can play around. I'm kind of doing a lot of word salad right now, but I just wanted to express how impressed I was with Mothra's analysis, and thank you, because now I have been converted to Remora's cause. I would definitely move Remora up, at least into the disrespectful pigs tier of my list. They do not deserve to be in the yawn tier. But the number one alien I would change... Oh, this is so embarrassing, because he was really the butt of all of my jokes in my video. I don't even know how he ended up being that, because it wasn't even, like, really intentional. But Hate. I put Hate way too low, bro. Hate is so funny. Here, this is from my recording footage for my Cosmic Incursion video. Just watch this.
Yes, to proc his power. I have to.
Yeah, he has to proc his power.
I have
hateful.
Alright, I'm discarding an attack card. It's a 4. Where's the discard?
I have to do something.
You have to discard something higher than a 4.
All of us?
I literally,
4 or higher.
I cannot.
4 or higher.
So
I am unable to do that.
Yeah, your leftmost ship, just three.
I have to. I lose ships.
Sorry, you're actually...
I lose ships for having a terrible hand. I lose ships for having fucking terrible hands.
So first of all, Hate's power procs like once around, which is already better than a lot of aliens I put above him. And also, it's just like hilarious. It's just a funny power. You are truly Hate. And this is something that my friend Matt has been trying to tell me as well. He is Hate. You know, it's not like a strong dislike or a negative feeling. Like, he is Hate. And he fucking hates you. Just the fact that he could just make, like, someone's game miserable is just hilarious. And I think I really understated it in my review of all the aliens. It's just one of the aliens that I never really loved, but I also never really gave, you know, the fairest shot. I'm pretty excited to see Hate in my game more. It is a taxing power, kind of a scary power, because if he has a really good card, like, he can really screw some people over. Hate is a power that I've definitely shifted my mind on. He's definitely a disrespectful pick, like, definitely a disrespectful pick. And now, even better, most of these have been moving up. I didn't really like Macron or Oracle originally anyway, so they're kind of just replacing Remora and Hate in what I didn't like, but originally I would say I didn't like all 4 of those powers. But after releasing these videos and talking to people, I've actually been converted on Remora and Hate. So now, out of those 4 powers I originally disliked, I now like 2 of them. Out of the base set, out of the 51 aliens in the base set, I would say there's only 5 or 6 misses, which is really good. 46 hits and 5 or 6 misses is a pretty solid ratio. So yeah, I hope everyone is excited to see all the stuff I'm going to be making this year. I just wanted to say hi, show my face so people know that I still exist and I'm still making stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see all of you in 2024.